The map Great Rift features players like Iamturk and Boop Enjoyer. It's not Boop Enjoyer, it's not Boops Enjoyer, it's Bop Enjoyer. You filthy mind. Only thinking about naughty stuff. No, 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 no. On the top side we have Boop or Bop Enjoyer. So Bop is playing as Dutch. C mirror CM. What's CM? Ah, Colonial Militia. Logi. Wait. Okay. So that's like halberdiers. Heavy C. It's not that heavy. It also have 1, 2. But this is not the map of the Great Rift. It's called Great Rift. We have because we have on the center of the map like a seabed. Not a seabed, but a shallow river cutting the two sides, the map into two sides. And we have a mom here with two of her daughters, two sisters here, light on the left side and the right side, and in the middle is a mother. And this water does not look that clean. I would not walk out of through this water. Maybe like you should get some debuffs, like losing health, or get a disease if you're walking through this water. And this map features two heavy treasures, which you can find on the top and bottom middle side. And that's 190 XP. Whoever can get two of the treasures has secured himself a very nice advantage here. Basically a whole shipment, in my opinion. Getting two of them. Getting one is good, but getting two. And he actually resetted the hippo. And that's not a fight that he can win. He has range resistance, so that's not too great. And for both of these explorers, Ottoman starts only with one scouting unit, so with one explorer, Dutch has a bit of an advantage here, starting with envoy here. That's very nice. And getting in 70 coin, so behind all of this, Dutch will age up very fast here. And Dutch versus Ottoman, I always considered a Dutch a great counter to Otto. Look, Otto is going for that standard mosque, house, and train post play here. He would definitely like to get this treasure, and he will definitely secure his treasure. Look, boom, there it goes. 190 in the bank. The Turk is going straight up for capitalism. Since he can afford it, he will send it, get that coin trickle in. Look how fast this own city shipment is getting in. That's because he has a training post, a mosque. Otto can offset their very slow XP gain by going heavy for XP treasures and train posts. Oh, he went for it. It got disabled for a second here. But Bob Enjoyer is going for an early. Look how early on. Look, it's only 3 minutes 30. He's already getting in his bank. That's because he got some great wood treasures. And that's the most important thing to get as Dutch. Get those wood treasures in early. And his deck is called 1. I really like that. Very descriptive. You know what you're up against. You know what you are building if you're playing that. And getting 30 wood in. Wow. Increasing his wood income even more. So he will have 430 wood at his disposition. Even getting in 700 wood. Getting in wood. A stockpile of wood. Wow. Great stockpile of wood. And bags cost 350. Yep. 350. So that's just about right. He only needs to gather 20 more wood, if I'm not mistaken. But sending in He could send in actually 700, 600 wood behind all of this. Get even more wood in. A waterhawk and a lion. And we'll lose Peter Brunel. Will go down. Oh, Opa! Nice. They had a final standoff. But Otto is very predictable here, in my opinion. Is likely starting to age up. Wow, not yet. Okay, a bit of a late age up, in my opinion. And going for a market. Really? Wow. Going for a market here. Interesting. Yeah, maybe he goes for a market because he wants that hunting dog upgrade to gather up food even faster. Maybe that's the play here. Maybe he's doing it because of that. And putting his market before his bank, so he does not get sieged down that fast. So smart play here by him. And he has 4 out of 5 banks. So instead of going for one more bank, building one more bank, or gathering up wood to gain more and more bank, he's actually sending in a bank. So a bank, 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 bank. So that will net him a lot of coin here with 5 soon. 5 banks will be on the field. So a bit of math here. That's a lot of coin. A lot of coin. So that's like 5 times 75, 35. So we have 13 coin per second, right? Right. So it's around 13 something. You can say 13.25. So 13 and a half. Wow, and even going for placer mines. And Iamturk is aging up now and getting in. What's that? Millet system. That enables him to produce Yurks faster. Yurks are produced faster. Right. Ooh, look how fast they're producing. Very nice. Now, I say it's, in my opinion, Dutch counters Otto because they get skirmishers in H2. They gain a coin basically for free once you invest in banks. And they are not food heavy since their villagers are produced from coin. And now getting in religious freedom. Interesting. I really like this build. I really do. And one other thing is, if Bob decides to go for a heavy Reuter spam, Otto can do that. I mean, they used to do poorly against a goon-like play because they had no real counter to goons, but now they do in the form of ASAPs. Look, this market protected at least half of the HP of the bank here and enabled the town center to snipe down some of the Yuruks, not Yuruks, but the Janissaries. And red lancers in combination with the Ruyters. It's a great unit composition. If it is... Yeah, it is a great unit composition. Well, it can be defeated by ASAPs, right? Because ASAPs, they have multipliers depending on their stance, right? And Fusiliers are also a great thing to get if Bob has that in his deck. No, he does not have the card in. And catching these Janissaries off guard here. And instead of losing any Lancers here, Bob will actually preserve all of his Lancer mass. Wow, great play coming out of Bob here. Using his Lancers, but not losing his Lancers. You gotta use it, but not lose it. You gotta use it before you lose it. Wow. And he could get 2 more banks in, but they will lose hit points. Maybe he does not want to go for that. It's a bit of a greedy investment. And did rebuild his market here. Put it very defensive here. I like that. He needs that ability to convert resources. Coin to wood, coin to food. And other combinations. Maybe get one priest. Get one priest and you can definitely afford it. Get your Lancers up again. Get their hit points up again. Look how hard it is to breach that line of buildings. There's some way you can fit units in those gaps, definitely. But still, it's hard to breach. Now, even though he has a lot of coin income with these 5 banks, he's still gathering coin. And that's because Dutch units are coin heavy. Just like German ones are. And look at that great micro. Look how well he spreads his resources and how well he's using his skirmishers. They lose a bit to Abyss Gunners, but they're basically at max range against these Janissaries. And now getting in Pikeman, Halberdier and Skirmisher attack and hit points by 15. Great stuff here. And now he has the economy. Look, Turks have 30 and Bob has only 27, but remember that's half of the villager mass. He can get only 22 more of them. Remember, Dutch are limited to only have 50 villagers, 50 merchants. Because if they had more villagers, oh my god, can you imagine the economy? And now Delhi are coming onto the villagers. And Delhi are a great unit to raid villagers since they have a nice attack speed. But raiding against Dutch is so hard because you have the Ruyters all over the map. They only cost 1 population and now getting in counter infantry rifling. So now these skirmishers will do 3 times the damage against Janissaries. Wait, 3 times? Yeah, 3 times, not 3.5 times, but 3 times. And will definitely lose his red Lancer mass. And he did not get a lot of villagers here. Maybe a bit of a mistake here. Maybe he should have healed them up with the priests. And had them when time is needed, like maybe go for a push onto the Falconets if Otto sends it. But Otto did not go for Falconets, only Janissaries and Abuse Gunners. And behind all of this, he's double raxing Ruyters and skirmishers. Not double raxing, but single. But making like double units, right? If you know what I mean. Okay, so 8 on food and 12 on coin. Oh, wow. And like I said, wow. But in mass Janissaries do damage, and that damage cannot be neglected. I feel like once Janissaries connect onto the skirmishers or Ruyters, it's game over. If Otto gets Mamelukes or Spy to slow down the Ruyters, and once Janissaries get into contact with all of the stuff, range doesn't mean that much. And abuse gunners are very effective here. Whilst the skirmishers are focusing Janissaries, the abuse gunners have free reign on them. Now look, skirmishers have ranged attack resistance, but abuse gunners don't do range damage, they do siege range damage. So abuse gunners counter musketeers. But Bob did manage to pikeman halberdier and skirmisher attack increased again, another upgrade. One upgrade after the other. Look, why did it not send that one? Attack and hit points. Attack and hit points. But it's okay. Let's keep an eye on these skirmishers. 20 and 180 hit points. 22 and still 180. Oh, so it only increases their attack. It's still good. Oh, okay, he's constantly spending his resources. And look at that Reuter Mars. It's not dwindling by... No, it's not dwindling at all. Constantly has a lot of Reuters here. Maybe you should try to pull the skirmishers a bit here. Yeah, just tank with your Reuters. They aren't that bad here. 10 resistance? Yeah, not that good, but still. And now Bashi Buzuks come onto the field, but they won't be enough. Now going for cavalry attack and hit points. Look, more than 20 Reuters are still on the field behind all of this push which Bob did to Turk. Turkish is responding with making Jans. I think he should have went for Azaps. Good against cavalry armed with a bow to counter light cavalry at range. Yeah. Maybe he should have went for Abuse Azap. Hard, I mean, it's easy to say now what he should have built. But it's very hard to do the switch up once you are playing and... Oh, very hard to hold this town center. It will definitely go down with 9 of villagers here. Even though it's only Reuters and skirmishers, they do start piling up that damage and destroy town center over time. Okay, only one shipment. So maybe ooh, he did upgrade it to top Kulars. Increase hitpoints, abuse gunners from Balrachis. Maybe that was the way to go. Double upgrade your abuse gunners. And now veteran skirmishers have more hit points, more attack damage, and they can deal with abuse gunners better than they did before. It's strange to see that Otto did not go for the standard Jan falconet play. Low hussars will connect onto the Janissaries and they will slow them down so that Ruyters and skirmishers can connect better onto them and destroy them. Yeah, that's game, I think. There's nothing going on for Iamturk. Turk has definitely lost the game now. And 10 more Hussar joined the field. Oh my good god. You can't let Dutch get away with that amount of booming. And sieging down the barracks, very smart play here. One more Lancer is alive, wow. Now having to use his villagers, no. He does have one more TC here, but what good does it do to him? It just prolongs the inevitable. Dirk the Dirk, I think, has lost the game. He can't send any shipment here other than Spahi, but what will Spahi do against Hussar and Ruyters? And these Hussar are just chilling. Wow. The amount of raiding, the amount of destroying Turk needs to do here is unfathomable. I don't know how he'll win it. Not win it, but stay alive for one more minute. No way. I mean, he does have villagers on the fringe side of the maps. But they are being scouted out. Hussar will go onto the cavalry archers. Might actually destroy them if they Hussar start to... Okay. So he really wants to take down this stable and then go onto the cavalry archers. That's a good thing to do, I think. Yeah. He realized that there's no way for me to win the game. Look at that mass of units. My good god. Great game to cast. What a great game. And he have only with one town center which is constantly producing merchants, you can get up to 45 villages at around the 20-minute mark. With no upgrades for villagers or native techs. That's how good it is. And look at that, Somali Aryan engineers. Wow. Yeah, great game to cast, guys. And see you in the next